What's up, peeps? Welcome to the Eben Flow podcast. It's your boy, ex-NFLer turned yogi, Eben Britton. It's excellent to be with you guys on this magnificent day. Today's episode, it's a solo roll, tapping in. I talk about space and time dictate relative truths. What is an absolute truth? Nature, God. How do we tap into our purpose, our truth, the source of ourselves? I do a little exercise in this episode. It's a lot of fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. Before I send you off to enjoy it, though, if you're looking for mind, body, soul support, look no further than the magnificent world of fungi. Go to wake.net, use code Eben Flow to get 10% off and free shipping on your next order. They've got lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, turkey tail, fantastic for cognitive function, immune system, digestive system. These are 1,000-plus-year-old adaptogenic substances that have myriad benefits. They're fantastic. I live by them. I'm a huge fan of the fungi, as you guys know. So check it out. Other than that, hey man, I would love to see you guys on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/EDS Britain. Join the Power Tribe, man. You get bonus episodes of the Ebb and Flow podcast. You get bonus content, guided meditations, yoga flows, kettlebell flows, thoughts that stream out of this weird vehicle called Eben. I'd love to see you guys there, and it's a great way to support me and this show, the message, the truth. Lots of love to you guys. Have an excellent day and enjoy this episode. Peace.
You have unlocked the eternal link to internal source, the key of imagination, your admission. Access to the enlightened dimension. A gateway at the junction of darkness and light. The place at which the chaos of our conditioned frame of mind give way to a life in constant flux, only to be mastered through vigilant discipline. Peaceful times may come, testing times may go. This is the Eben Flow.
What's up, everybody? It's excellent to be with you guys on this magnificent day. So today's episode, I'm titling this Tapping In. I felt compelled to take you through this exercise, talk you through some things that have been coming to me lately. I know this seems to be a pretty regular topic of discussion, but I think it's maybe the most important thing. Of anything I do, this is the most important thing. Tapping you into yourself, tapping into ourselves, tapping into our truth, tapping into our heart. Getting clear on our purpose. Nothing else really matters. There's so many illusions in the world. It's mind-boggling. The things that occur to me as being true are nature and God. Other than that, everything's a relative truth. I was having a conversation with one of my teachers recently, and he said space and time dictate truth. Space and time dictate truth. Let that one sit for a moment. Almost all truths outside of God, nature, the universe are relative truths. 100 years ago, we believed it was true that that crazy people needed to be lobotomized. Probably less than that, actually. 60, 70 years ago, maybe. They'd perform lobotomies on people, stick an ice pick through your eye, dig around, to damage the pineal gland and the prefrontal cortex, and that was supposed to cure someone. That was a regular practice. So imagine 25, 50, 100 years from today, what are they going to be saying about the beliefs we had, about what we thought was true and what we thought was real? A little further back than that, you had the Spanish Inquisition. They believed people were possessed by demons and that they should be basically cut open, disemboweled, put on table saws, be tortured to death to rid them of the demons. That was what they believed. They thought they were doing the right thing. Relative truths. It's relatively true that English is the preferred language being spoken if you're in America or you're in the United Kingdom. But you go down to Brazil, you go to China, people don't speak English. I mean, of course, there will be certain people who do, but that's not the first language. Space and time dictate truth. Relative truths versus absolute truths. Nature is full of absolute truth. God is full of absolute truth. What is God? I talk about this a lot on the podcast. To me, God is everything. God is the vibration that you sense coming out of you, moving through you, coming at you, guiding you. So in this episode, we're tapping into that. Your absolute truth. I was having this really profound conversation with a person yesterday, and we were talking about the fundamental pain that all humans experience, which is a sensation of not being enough, never being enough. I can never be enough. And all of the myriad ripples that moves out into and manifests as not being worthy of love, not being worthy of praise, self-love, love from others in our relationships, not being worthy, never being enough. And where does that come from? Because some of us feel that, and we came out of great family environments. Had very nurturing parents, very loving people around us throughout our lives, and yet we still have this sensation of never being enough. And what is that? And this person said that her feeling on it was that when we're born into this world and we come into this physical body, there is a metaphysical occurrence taking place, which is this illusion or sensation of being extracted from the source. You are coming into this individual vessel, and you're being pulled out of the source of all things, God, the universe, whatever. And so you spend your whole life trying to fill that hole that you think has been ultimately created through the natural or the apparent disconnection from the source that we all go through as we come into this human form. But the truth of the matter is, you are source. You are it. This is a question of non-duality and duality. Duality says that all things are separate. There's nature, there's humans, there's God, there's stuff, and it's all separate things. But the non-dual reality is that it's all one thing. This is all one thing. And the profound realization when you cultivate your spiritual practice, when you make it your work to unravel who you are, unravel the entanglement that your mind and your ego and your natural materialistic identification process, which is all a mental illusion, has taken place through the culture that we live in, etc. When you begin to unravel all of that and you realize, holy fuck, I am one with all this shit. In fact, I am this shit. I am this world. I am that person. I am the trees. I am the sky. I am awareness. I am divine consciousness embodied, encapsulated in this physical vehicle. That's a fucking trip. But how liberating. I had this dream a few weeks ago. It was profound. I've had a lot of really profound dreams that have been mind-blowingly psychedelic. But in this dream, I was on a spaceship, and it was this living organism spaceship. If you've ever seen the movie Alien, it looked like the alien body. It was this organic living spaceship. And I was on it with a group of people, and we all had these organic spacesuits on that looked like the skin of the xenomorph from the Aliens movie. There was no fear. There was no anxiety. But we were on this spaceship, and we were fucking careening through the void. Flying through space at an incredible rate. And all of us on the spaceship, we were sort of, we knew we had a mission. We knew we were going somewhere, but we didn't know what the mission was, and we didn't know where we were going. And we were all getting our bearings of the ship. And it was like the scene in so many science fiction movies where the crew wakes up on the ship, and maybe they woke up a little too early. And we're all just doing the best we can and trying to figure out where we're going. We're calling mission control. Mission control, where are you? We need assistance. We don't know where we're going or what we're doing. No answer. We continue to investigate the ship, explore, find our way around. There's a giant screen that shows the outside of the ship, and we're just careening through the void, flying fucking through this void of blackness. And it was powerful. There was no fear. It was just like, okay, where are we going? We know we got a mission to do. We're in these fucking high-tech suits. Let's get it done. We're going to get it done. Calling mission control, no answer. Finally, mission control comes on. It's like Siri. And this voice comes on and it says, "You are a particle in an intergalactic being's foot. There is no mission and there is nowhere to go. You are simply here as a particle of this intergalactic being." There was a moment of sadness. There was a moment of sadness in this realization. Because it was like, oh, there's nothing to do. Oh, okay. And then the camera pulled out, and I saw us inside the ship inside of this gigantic titan, this galactic titan, moving through space. But then the sadness subsided. It was this very low hum of sadness, but then the sadness subsided, and through it came this relief, this beautiful sensation of, all we got to do is just be here right now because we are fulfilling our purpose. It's powerful. Just careening through space. And when you think about it, all of those things I said, here we are on this organic spaceship called planet Earth, in these organic space suits called human bodies. No idea where we're going. No idea what we're doing. Just another particle of the immense galactic body, whatever this thing is. And it occurs to me that take any cell in your body. Take any cell in your body. A cell in your heart, a cell in any muscle in your musculature, a brain cell, a neuron, an eye cell, any particle of your skeletal system. Take any one of those as an example. Not one of those things, one of those particles, atoms, neurons, cells, etc., has any fucking clue where you're going or what you're doing. All it is doing is being the best fucking cell, neuron, particle it can possibly be. Completely 100,000% in its purpose as your heart cell, as your neuron, as your bone matter. And it's a great analogy for us. I find myself, I want to know the answers. I want to know the big answers. I want to know where we're going. I want to know what we're doing. But you know what? As a particle of this gigantic thing that I'm a part of, I'm a one little molecule of, call it the human species, call it planet Earth, call it the organism of life, call it the universe, whatever. You could pull out to infinity. I don't really get the answers, the ultimate answers. And it's not really worth it to know. It doesn't really serve me at all. The only thing that matters to me as the molecule that I am of this great thing, this grand symphony of life that's happening, is to be 1000% in my purpose and in my truth as an organism. That's it. That's all that matters. That's my duty to the universe. That's my duty to the organism. That's my duty to the fucking thing that I'm a part of. That's it. That's it. And for me, what that looks like, doing this podcast, writing my book, writing, speaking, sharing my presence and my energy with the world in whatever way that occurs, or I feel compelled to. What spirit brings to me. So how do we get into that? Because it can be difficult, you know. Here we are in this culture, wants to tell you who to be and how to be and what to be and how to dress, what to look like, how to speak. First of all, fuck all of that. Fuck the culture. It means nothing. It's a complete illusion. All of this, every single thing that's happening right now, it's all a fucking illusion a complete illusion. When you really get down to it, has any of it really had an effect on your life? There's a lot of voices out there. When you really boil it down, when you really get honest with yourself, does the culture have any impact on you when you wake up every morning, put your feet on the ground, and take one step at a time through your day, getting your coffee, having your tea, doing your exercises, going to work? Not unless your mind fucking makes it so. Only if you attach yourself to it and make it something to be in your life, and you make it a thing that has an effect on your life. That's the only way it has an effect on you. It's the only way. I mean, throughout my life, countless people. It's only until recently that people have just stopped trying to tell me what to do or how to be. And it's because my fucking energy is just too powerful at this stage. Of course, I get things on social media, but in real life, in my real day-to-day life, the fuck are you going to tell me? I might hear from my grandmother, Eb, why don't you shave? I might hear that this weekend. I'm going to see her for my grandfather's funeral. That's been really powerful. This whole experience of death, but that's another podcast. But what I'm talking about is the words, the things, the external world has no effect on you unless you allow it to. That's what it is. That's what it is. Now, the caveat to that is you have to be rock solid, anchored into your truth, into your purpose, into knowing who the fuck you are. I guarantee you, if you're listening to this, I would be willing to bet that at some point in your life, you have had that crystal clear clarity about who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. Whether or not you course corrected, changed your entire life, did a 180, did whatever the thing is that came to you, that's another story. But I would be willing to bet that if you're listening to this podcast right now, at some point in your life, you had that God moment. You might have been sitting in traffic. All of a sudden, like a waterfall of DMT, serotonin, dopamine just rushing through your fucking body, pouring out of your brain down into your heart. You're like, whoa, here I am in life. What am I doing? I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what my purpose is. Maybe you haven't been that blessed yet, but it happens to everyone at some point. You might be watching TV, man. You might be watching TV tonight, or this weekend at a party, talking to a friend. It'll just hit you like a ton of bricks. What is that? What is that? You might be looking into the eyes of a loved one, into your child's eyes, spending time with your dogs, your cats, on a walk. What is that? How does our material world explain that phenomenon. Ah. 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 Forget it. Ah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This material existence is completely depriving us of the absolute majesty that is the human experience. Don't let it do that. We've been letting it do that to us for way too long. That's what this time is all about. Everything is falling apart. Everything. All the old paradigms, all the old systems are all falling apart. You can't help but see the ridiculousness of it all. Here in America, look at our fucking political system. It is a joke. It's so corporatized. I thought politicians were supposed to be warriors for the people. They've literally become warriors for the corporations. They care more about the money lining their pockets than they do about the people that they're fucking meant to serve. It's atrocious. Medical system, same thing. Owned by big pharma. Pharmaceutical companies literally own just about every aspect of mainstream culture. Television, media. It's not that difficult to see. You watch any television show or sports event and you see myriad commercials for pharmaceutical products, pills, injections, all kinds of shit. They're pumping millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars is being pumped into these systems. I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in that. That's not true to me. I've taken every fucking pill on the planet. Not once did they do anything beneficial for me. In fact, just about every single one, the antidepressants, the anti-anxieties, the painkillers, they put me into a worse state than before I took it. Is that what we're trying to do? Is that what medicine is supposed to do? We've been convinced that it's too painful to feel. God forbid you feel anything. The only way out is to feel it, man. If you want to heal it, you gotta feel it. That's it. That's it. So do this right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you're sitting there, if you're getting your workout in, I just want you to stop. I just want you to completely stop. You might be driving a car. Don't, if you're able to, maybe pull over. Just take a moment. I just want you to stop. Stop doing everything. Just listen. Just listen. Feel your feet on the ground. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and fill your torso with air deep into your solar plexus. Imagine you've got a fire roaring in your solar plexus. And as you breathe into that fire, the fire's going to grow. I just want you to let it all out. Let it all out. Let it carry with it all the tension in your body. So just let everything go. Feeling your feet on the ground. Feeling the weight of your body in your chair. Letting your shoulders just fall away from your ears. Feeling your hands maybe against your thighs or just hanging like a couple of weights at your sides. Take another deep breath, stoke that fire, let it build, let it roar. Just let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. Let it take with it everything that you're holding on to. Just feel everything. Feel it all. Feel it all. What sounds do you hear? Do you hear that vibration? What's the quietest sound you hear? Just hear that. Might be this low hum of vibration. That's your nervous system. Just feel it. Just let it just be there. Be there with it. Just feel it. Take another deep breath. Stoke that fire. Keep breathing in. Feel it. Feel it. One more. One more sip. Oh, just let it all out. Oh my God. Just feel everything letting go. Ooh. How do you feel? How do you feel? Right here in your body, right here, right now. How do you feel? This is it right here. This is it. It's all you. It's all you. Everything you're feeling right now, it's all you. Just pure power, pure energy, pure life. There's no one else here. It's just you. It's just us. It's just us. What comes up? What memories, thoughts of the day, anxieties. Maybe you feel like you're in a rush. I felt overwhelmed and in a rush for the last 2 weeks. Like I don't have enough time to get anything done. The beauty is that I can just sit with it and see it and watch it. And I don't get consumed by it. But I feel it, man. I feel it. What is that? What is that? Eb, what is it? God, I don't know what to do. God, show me the way. That's it. That's it. Keep breathing. Keep watching. Keep breathing. Feel like I got to get writing done. Okay, and sit down and write. I sit down to write. I write 2 sentences. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I feel exhausted. Fuck it. I got to go lie down. Gandhi said, "You cannot hold me accountable for promises I made yesterday." When you're truly living in the moment, when you are completely here and now, completely and utterly here and now, following the movement of energy coming through you, and you break through all of your shit, all of your attachments, all of your doubt, all of the things that are inhibiting you from being the instrument of God, of the universe that you were born to be, and you're 1000% honest, moment by moment, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. It doesn't even matter, though. That's not what it's about. How do you feel? What do you feel? What's happening? What's happening inside of you? Keep breathing. Just keep feeling it. I mean, what can we say? What can we say? It's beautiful. Have you ever seen a tree ask for advice? Has a bird ever come to you and asked you what it should do next? Squirrel? Anything? I've never seen anything in nature ever doubt itself or not do something because it was afraid of what others might think. Human beings are literally, we're the only ones mired in doubt. We're the only ones. We're the only ones that second guess ourselves, literally get in our own way. Why? Why? Because we're afraid? What are we afraid of? If you're afraid of what others might think about all the people in the world just doing whatever the fuck they want to do with no concern of anyone else. Billionaires are doing that right now. They don't give a fuck about anyone else's well-being, what anyone thinks, if anyone cares. They do not give a fuck. So why aren't we doing that? Now, here's the caveat. Can you anchor your truth and your divine compulsion in compassion and love? That's how we separate ourselves from the mindless behavior. Is your truth anchored in compassion and love? That is the caveat. Okay, I feel a really strong urge to do X, Y, or Z. Is it going to have an effect on anyone? If yes, is that effect positive or negative? If no, is it anchored in compassion and truth? Is my truth anchored in compassion or love? Compassion and love. That is the caveat. Mindfulness. It's a practice, man. It's a practice. I didn't wake up one day where I'm at now. I know some of you guys listening, I get a lot of really beautiful messages, and I can't thank you guys enough because it feeds me and it fuels me. But at the end of the day, I'm just like you, man. I just hit the wall so hard that I realized I got nowhere else to go. I can't drink. I can't fucking smoke it. I can't fuck it. I can't jack off. I can't do. There's nothing left for me to do but to do this. But to be true. But through everything I'm doing, polish the fucking mirror. Clean the lens over and over again. How do we do that? Meditation, breath work, movement, eating clean, being mindful. So I told you I've been feeling overwhelmed, right? Been feeling overwhelmed, been feeling like I don't have enough time to get all the things done that I want to get done, etc., etc. Old human shit. And here I am this weekend, and I snap at my daughter. I yell at her a couple times over some, not huge deals. She took some things without asking. and it frustrated me, and I got a little pissed off, and I yelled at her. Literally 5 minutes later, this is how sensitive I've become to my own energy moving through me. 5 minutes later, after feeling really righteous and validated in my snapping at her for what she did, 5 minutes later, I'm broken down into fucking tears. Overwhelmed with sadness and grief at the residual trauma that my shit had just caused for my daughter. And it was beautiful, man, because I just completely let go. I completely surrendered to it. So then what did I do? Well, I went and made fucking amends to her. Said, Sandy, I apologize. I'm sorry, that had nothing to do with you. What's true about it is that I was frustrated that you took these things. And I just want to ask you, when you have a friend over, please do not play in mommy and daddy's bedroom. We're not going to do that anymore. So that's true about that. What's not true is that I'm not angry at you, and I apologize for yelling at you. And I love you, and I think you're a beautiful person. You're the most beautiful person I've ever met. She said, okay, Dad. Thank you. I love you too. And that was it. Oh, God. That was it. It hasn't always been like that. Many times I've made those mistakes and not made amends. Not made amends quick enough. That's the process, you know? That's the process of awareness, coming into total awareness. I'm so totally aware at this stage. It's fucking, God, it's painful. But it's beautiful, and there's no going back. Once you wake up, there's no going back to sleep. But I would have it no other way. I couldn't imagine my life the way I was living 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's it. This is it, man. This is where I'm at. This is me. I love it. It's fucking rich. It's thick. It's just so, the wealth of experience is just profound. It's profound. And my hope with everything I do is to open the door or shine the light in the darkness for you to understand that you could experience the same thing. If you choose, if that's what you want. So I think that's about it, y'all. What can I say? I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you got something out of that. So that's about it. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. I would love to see you on Patreon. Come join the Power Tribe, man. Patreon.com/EDS Britain. Would love to have you there. Get bonus episodes of the Eben Flow podcast. Get extra content, guided meditations, all kinds of good stuff. That's about it. Strength in numbers, power to the people. Lots of love to you. You are a divine creation. Life is sacred. Treat it as such. All right, y'all. Have an excellent day. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.